And then I do that. Okay, great. So what are we doing? We're going to read the abacus. So this is an abacus. This abacus is a counting tool. This counting tool helps me count. That's all it does. It's just a math tool. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. The top beat is always 5. And then we have 6. Hello, everybody. My name is Lynette. I am an abacus teacher, and I'm going to teach you how to do math. We're going to do math. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this. We're going to do this. So I have, all right. So what are we going to do is we are going to figure out what these numbers are. That's what we're going to do. Here is my maze. Hello, everybody. Hello. And if we look, we have our abacus. We have our ones and our tens. When we look, we have our ones and our tens. If I choose, right, and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So on my abacus, I can do 43. That's what I can do on my abacus. Oh, that didn't make sense. Okay, so hi everybody. Thank you so much for liking the live. Okay, what are we doing? So we have 43. What is this crazy thing? This crazy thing is an abacus. So that's what a 43 looks like, right? So we have 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3, 1, 2, 3. So then we have this number. What number do we think this is? If this is my tens, I have 1, 2. And then what's going to happen, on my abacus, I'm going to put 2. 1, 2. That's 20. 20 looks like that. We know what 20 looks like. 20 is a 2 and a 0. So that takes me to this number over here, to this box. This box is, if we look, we have 5, 6, 7. So on my abacus, I'll do 5, 6, 7. And then I have 5, 6, 5, 6, which is opposite of 6, 7. But what we're going to do is we're going to 7, 6. So this is 76. We have 5, 6, 7, and 6, 5, 6. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. And then what are we doing? So we got to find the number 76. So 76 on the abacus, right? 76. And then it takes me to this box over here. What we're doing is we are looking through a maze, and it's going to take us, and we're just looking to see and then this is 5, 6, 7. This is 1, 2, 3. So 5, 6, 7, and then 1, 2, 3. Does that make sense? Thank you everybody for joining. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. So what are we doing? So this number is 73. So 73 on the abacus, 73 on my path. So what we're doing is we look for the answer and then we find the path to take us there. So our now answer is what? We have our tens. This is our tens. This is our ones. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, sorry. So then we have 5, right? This is 50. And then we have 5, 6, 7, 8. So this number is 50. Huh. That number is 50. So when I look, I'm looking for 58. Sorry, this is 58. And then it takes me all the way up to here, and I go here. So now I do this. My question is what? I have my tens, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So my answer is 84. What are we doing? We're learning how to read the abacus. So I need to go to 84. 84 will take me to here, and now we have our number to decode. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8 on the abacus. This is my tens. This is the tens. Now we're at the ones. So at the ones, I have 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8 and 8. So this number is 88. So I'm going to take this number and I'm going to go over here. Well, where is 88? 88's over here. So 88 looks like that. 8 on the abacus, 88 on the abacus, 88 on my path. So it takes me to this path over here, to this box. So in this box, I have my tens and my 0 and my ones. So if you notice, this I believe makes no sense. If you notice, this I have my 5, and then this is my ones. So when I look, I have 5. This is 50. So when we have 5 and a 0. So 5 and a 0 is this. That's what 50 looks like. Now, why? Why does it look like 50? Because the top bead will always be 5. The top bead is always be 5. And so when we count, we do 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what we do. And then what? We have 4. 4 on the abacus. We have 5. 5 looks like this. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. After 9, we have 10. That's what we're doing. We're just learning to read the abacus, just like we have our items, right? If I have items, we have 1. 1 looks like that. Well, let me see. Maybe we should do some money. Maybe that will entice you. So if I do 1, on my abacus, that's what 1 looks like. This is a penny. If you look, it's a penny. And then what do we do? Well, what's 2? 2 looks like that. That's what 2 looks like, right? Does that make sense? And then Kira, this is what 3 looks like. I don't know if Kira's still around. Hello, everybody. Thank you. Hi, Tammy. Welcome back. I see you, Tammy. So we have 3. We have 3 on the abacus. That's what 3 on the abacus looks like. You had 3 pennies. And then we have 4. That's what 4 is. So apparently we got to take it one. Hey, Derry, how's it going? And then this is 4. Hey, Link, welcome back. I try to be early for you guys. So what are we doing? Good, good. Hey, Miracles. Hey, Jack. So we have 4. I was doing my maze, but then people were complaining that it was too difficult. So, ugh. But then now everybody else is back. So I get to keep going with my maze. Jack, this is math. Hi. No, it wasn't Jack that was complaining. It was somebody else. And I was like, oh, okay. Hello. Yes, thank you. So, oh shoot. Yes, I don't know if you guys are understanding, but this is math. We're doing math. We're doing math. We're going to be doing arithmetic, adding, subtracting, multiplication, and division. Maybe not division, but what we're going to do, yeah, this will be easy. I'm telling you, this will be easy. Angela, welcome back. So I have my 50, I take it over here. So then my question is what? Oh my goodness, right? We will learn. We will always learn. We're always good to learning, right? So what do we have? Oh, maybe I need to do this. There we go. So we have our abacus, right? I have my abacus. I have my 1, 2. This is 2. I have my abacus ready. Hey, Miracles. Hey, AV, welcome back. Wow. I feel like it's like a little reunion. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. I missed you guys. So this is 2. Jack, does that make sense? This is 2. But when we look, we have another one. We have this is my ones. I have this. This is 5. This is 6. This is 7. Yes, that's 2. Thank you. So we have 5, 6, 7. When we look, this is 27. How do I know? Now we're talking about place values. We have place values. We have our ones, we have our tens, our hundreds, our thousands, and our 10,000s. Do you always start in the middle? I usually start in the middle because I have an indicator right here. This is my ones indicator. And if you look, I have my other one here, so I can choose any one. Oh, Tammy! Oh my God, this is fantastic! I actually made one for multiplication. Oh my God, I love the mazes. It's so nice. So I made one for multiplication. This is like 1 digit times 2 digit. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. So yes, Tree, we start right here. If you notice, there's either one. So you can either choose this one or you can choose this one, like a Pokemon. So when we're looking, right? If we did this one over here, then I would move everything over and I have me my ones here, my ones and my tens. So then I count. I can recount. So let's do a counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 beads touching this horizontal bar is being counted. So I have 4 and then 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. After 9, we have 10. Because we have 10, right, then we can count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, and then 50. However, the issue is what? We have no more room for hundreds. That's why I choose this one. Yep. So now I move everything over and now I have my ones over here. I have more columns to place digits. So my ones, my tens, hundreds, thousands, and 10,000s. Okay, great. Oh, yes, thank you. I do, Shelley. I was in your live. I missed school not to do math and I saw this. Shelley. Hello, hello. Hi. I thought you left. Okay. What are we doing? what we're doing, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. Just what we need to do is we need to understand how to read the abacus. The first thing we're going to do, and then what's going to happen is we're going to go into doing arithmetic. So we understand that this is 27. It'll take me over here, and I'll have my next number. What is my next number? Thank you, Miracles, for the reminder. You're right. You're right. It's funny though, right? Like in the beginning, there's like nobody here, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna be doing my maze, and then people just kind of flood in, and I'm like, oh my god, where's everybody? This is crazy, and then everybody's like commenting. I'm like, oh my god! All right, so this is my tens, and then we have our ones. 5, 6, 7. So we have our tens. 57. Thank you, Link. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Angela. It is 57. So we have 57. It takes me up. 57, right? We know how to write 57, but I just want to show it. 57, 5 and 7. And it takes me to this box over here. So now we have this number. We have our tens, and then we have our ones. And I have my dog that likes to go downstairs. And you're going to hear my dog. So we have this number. I know, right? Right? So what number do we have? We have our tens and we have our ones. Oh, why didn't I post the answer? We have 39. Thank you, Tree. Thank you, Link. Thank you, AV. Yeah? So we have 39. 39 will take me down to here, and then we have our final answer. We can do another one. We can do a 3-digit one. We'll do a 3-digit one. So we have our tens, and then thank you, Tammy. And then we have our ones. So we have our tens, and then we have our ones. 39. Hey, Melinda, welcome back. 30, 60, almost, Angela. 63. 67 looks like this. 60, 5, 6, and then 7, 5, 6, 7. But what I had was 63. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Okay, great. Let's finish this up. We're done with this one. Let's do one more. This is going to be a 3-digit number. I see. Yes, Derry, you do. Right? Oh, I need to get that one clip where Emmett sees everything. He's now a master builder. That would be a good one, right? Ah, yeah, I got to get that one. Okay, what are we going to do? Let's practice some more. We're going to practice a little more. We're going to do 3 digits now. And what we're going to do is we're going to find our starting point. We're going to find where we start 3 digits. And now we do hundreds. 3 digits is hundreds. So if I have my hundreds, this is my hundreds, this is my tens, this is my ones. If I look, my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. And then you'll see it's very similar. Thank you, Melinda. It is 251. Thank you. Yes, 251, AV, because 100 looks like this, right? 100. Thank you, AV. Yes. So I want to move this out. And then if I have 251, that's what 251 looks like, right? Yeah, typo. No worries. No worries. I understand. We all fat finger things. So we're going to take some time to just continue to learn how to read. We're going to be putting on our jacket like Karate Kid, right? Putting on our jacket. So we have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. So we have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. What number do we have? Yes, good. Thank you, Melinda. Oh, Miracles. Happy birthday, Miracles. 949. Thank you. 949. Thank you, Melinda. Thank you, Link. So it takes me to 949. Now it goes to here. We have hundreds, we have our tens, and then we have our ones. Thank you, Tammy. 949. Yes, thank you. So we have hundreds, our tens, and our ones. Oh, thank you, Melinda. We have 200, right? Thank you, Link. 298. Welcome, everybody. Right? Good. 298. That's what it looks like. So our next number is what? We have hundreds. So this is my hundreds. This is my tens. And then this is my ones. What number? Oh, I can't see anything. You can't see anything. Hey, George, welcome back. Let me do one answer. What answer do you want to do? 365. Yes, exactly. 365. Thank you, Derry. Link, Melinda, Angela, thank you so much. I don't know, Tat. I don't know, Tat. I worked late tonight. Abacus chillin'. Ha! 300. I should have posted my answer. How's my day? It's been fantastic. I'm actually quite excited. I was working on some more mazes, but now we're doing multiplication mazes. Uh-oh. I got multiplication mazes, and this is quite exciting. So this one specifically is like, yeah, I'm very excited. So I'm going to have um, a multiplication book pretty soon. Whew! All right, I'm going to get it. Okay, so we have our hundreds, we have our tens, and then we have our ones. What number do we think? I've never been excited for math before. Right? Because it's easy, simple to use, easy to understand. Yes, thank you, Tammy. 365. Woo! Right? Really fun. How many books have you published? Right now, I've published 11. 11? I think I'm on 11 books right now. 423. Yes, thank you. 423. I think I'm on 11 right now. I've been trying to track my numbers try to track my books. And so I'm actually quite excited. But there's a whole, I can't wait. Oh yeah, there's a whole like series that I was like going to dive into. So I have my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. So I have my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to you too, Jack. Welcome. How we should celebrate. I will be. I will be. I think what I need to do is I need to continue on. I need to keep going because summer's around and I want to get ready for school so the kids can start working on that. So we have 336. Thank you, Melinda, Link, and Jack. Thank you, guys, and thank you, Derry. Yes. So we have 336. So we have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. So again, we have our hundreds, we have our tens, and we have our ones. What number do we have? 243. Well done. Well done, Jack. Well done, Link. Good job. Good job. Good, good, good. Right? Easy. Why? Because it's very visual. It's very visual. Thank you, Melinda. So we have our hundreds, we have our tens, and then we have our ones. We have our hundreds, we have our tens, and we have our ones. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, and 5. Thank you, Tammy. 336. 871. Well done. Well done, everybody. Derry, Melinda, Link, and Jack. Well done. 871. And then what do we have? We have our next one, right? We have hundreds, tens, and then our ones. So we have 2, 5, and then 9. Yes. Well done, Derry. Well done, Jack. Good job. Well done, Link. Thank you, Melinda. 259. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. So it takes me to this number, 259, and then it takes me to this one. This one's easy. This one's easy. This one's so easy. This one's too easy. So if I have hundreds, tens, and ones. Melinda, you're so good. Well done. Thank you, Link. Thank you, Derry. Yeah? Heck yeah. 888. And then we have here. So what number do we have? We have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. So we have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. That's it. 124. Thank you, Jack. This is really, George. This is so fun. It's fun to see everybody getting it. Thank you, Tammy. It's really fun to see everybody getting it. It's really fun. I really do enjoy it. And then we have our final answer. So it takes me to this path. And then our final answer is what? Our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. Our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. Almost. Yes. 357. Thank you, Jack, Melinda, Link, and Derry. Well done, everybody. Well done. Okay, so that's it. That's my maze. We're on the letter R. All right. What are we doing? We're going to do some more. What are we doing? We're going to understand how to use the abacus. This is my abacus. Thank you, everybody, for joining. If you're looking for an abacus, I am selling it in my TikTok shop. Where is it? It's this one over here. Welcome, everyone. My name is Lynette. I am here to tell you how easy abacus is. If you're looking for some books, I have some books in my TikTok shop. I do have it available here. Did sell out. Thank you, everybody, for buying my books. I did sell out a little bit. I'm going to wait for my shipment. But if you are not waiting for shipment for the TikTok shop, it is available here. My name is Lynette. I've been teaching abacus for 20 years. Thank you, Miracles. Thank you. Tap the screen. Ha! Right. I'm so happy about this. Man, we were under it, but now we're under it now. Yes, we're doing very good. What's going to happen is YouTube. So my answers are delayed. YouTube delayed answers. Yes. Yes. But I see you, Tammy. I see you. So if you have any questions, let me know. You know, I am on TikTok, just so you know. And then I try to go everywhere. But I noticed that Instagram is not doing very well. So I need to stop Instagram. Okay, so what are we doing? No, okay, this is my abacus, and everybody, what we just did is we learned how to read the abacus. Here is the path, and what we're going to do is we're going to understand how to move the beads. When we know how to move the beads, what does that mean? If you notice, it's very easy to move. Very easy to move. Just because you have big burly hands doesn't mean that you cannot gently move the beads. When you move the beads, you're going to use the edges of the beads to move the beads. Edge of the bead to move it. So when you look, you're going to do that. That's what you're going to do. Does that make sense? So when we're moving the beads, we want to do this, right? We're doing the edges of the bead. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing, right? And so you can't see when I'm doing this, but don't forget, don't be aggressive. Don't be aggressive on the abacus because it doesn't help. You're going to get the wrong answer. And if you notice, if I do this, don't flick. Why? Because flicking will give you the wrong answer. Thank you, Jack. No, thank you. You're welcome. You're very welcome. We're going to continue on though, because there's more. But wait, there's more. So what we're going to understand is that how to do things. If you sold this out of school, you could teach many people just like us. I'm trying to get it into the school. I know I need to practice more. I feel like I need to practice more how to explain it to everybody else in the world. And so my plan is to do it, is to go through the school and get it out there because I do believe it's the greatest thing next to sliced bread. I need to do what I feel like I need to do is I need to set up my workbooks and have activities that is very grade specific. So if it's grade specific, then it's a lot easier to be like, this is for grade 2. This is all for grade 1. Hello, Math Fanatica. Thank you, Miracles, for the heart me. So when we're looking at it, you'll notice that it's very easy to move. Because it's easy to move, you want to use your left hand to stabilize it. So if you have your left hand to stabilize it, you're going to use your right hand to calculate. So it doesn't matter if you're right-handed or left-handed. If you're left-handed, you still use your left hand to hold. Why? Because your left brain is the one that does the calculations. Thank you, everybody, so much for the hearts. Thank you guys so much for the hearts. I appreciate that. So let me know if you have any questions. One of the questions was, why am I over here? The reason why I'm over here is you're helping me right now. Oh, good. You know what? I actually had a person that, like, because they were learning the abacus, it bumped their GPA to like 3.8. And I'm like, that's fantastic. I appreciate it. And yeah, it's fantastic. And then there was another person, they're like, they're a genius because they know how to do the abacus now. I'm telling you, simple, easy, simple to use, easy to understand. All right, what are we doing? We are still looking how to do the abacus. We're still learning how to move the abacus. Now, if you keep your mind open, I'm going to show you how to add and subtract on the abacus. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to understand how to move the beads. When we're going to move the beads, what does that mean? I'll be back. Okay, Derry, I will see you soon. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to understand how to move the beads. right? We left off with understanding that it's a different mindset, right? The different mindset is that in mainstream school, they focus on the result, but in abacus, we focus on the add-in. When we do it, we want to know if we can add our number. So here is my question. I have 5 on the abacus. You'll know that this is 5, so I have 5 on the abacus. When I want to add the 1, do I have enough? Yes, I have enough. So my final answer is 6. We can do it again with the 2. When we do the 2, it's the same thing. Do we have enough? So if I have 5 on my abacus, my question is, do I have enough? Can we do it? Yes, we can. So we're going to add 2. Derry says he likes math. Ha, that's funny. So what's going to happen is we can add 2. My final answer is 7. So one of the things we're doing is we're understanding how to move the beads. We have 5. We add the 5, and then we want to add the 3. When we add the 3, what are we doing? We're looking at our add-in. The add-in is what we're doing. So what's going to happen is I'm going to add the 3. Can I add the 3? Yes, I'm going to add the 3. So my final answer is what? What is my final answer? We know what it looks like, right? We know what this looks like. What is our answer? Please put in the chat what number you think this is. Just for those that are coming in and coming out, right? 8. Thank you, George. Yes. 5, 6, 7, 8. Thank you. And so what we're going to do is we'll continue on. So if you notice in the mainstream world, they do these dots. It's great. That's fine. But then you're going to be counting over and over again because I don't know how this many is. But on the abacus, it's easy to supertize because we have 5. That's the 5. We have 3. We add the 3. So now we know that this is 8. Right? We did 8 before, but what we're doing was we're not focusing on the result. We're focusing on the add-in. Can I add the 3? And then here, what I'm showing you is I can supertize. Supertizing means I can look at this number and I know what it is. I don't need to count 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't need to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't need to do that. What I need to do is understand that I have my 5 and then my 3 and makes 8. And what do I have next? I have 4. 4 is easy because it's always going to be all of the beads. All the beads up, all the beads down. Now you'll notice that when I want to add, I go to the horizontal bar. If I want to subtract, I go away from the horizontal bar. Thank you so much for the hearts. So does that make sense? Well, now we don't need to do a strategy on subtracting. We just need to take it away. So I know in mainstream math, you have one way to add and you have another way to subtract. I've been here for 30 seconds. I'm already starting to understand how that because works. Thank you so much, anthropology. Anthropology music. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Right? Because why? It's simple to use, easy to understand. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to take away the 1. What we're going to do in the abacus world is what we focus on is we focus on the result, not the result. We focus on the add-in. We focus on the process. Marry the process, divorce the result. Thank you, Tammy. Yes, I see that. 8. So we have 2 on the abacus, and then we want to take away the 1. When we take away the 1, my final answer is 1. So again, what we're doing is we're focusing on their number, right? Yes, right? It's all about practice. People ask me, and you'll understand, people ask me, when do we get to the point where this becomes a habit? And it's like, it's all about practice. You do it enough times, it's all about the practice, just like playing the piano or typing on a keyboard. So it's the same thing. I've been doing this for 20 years, so it's a lot easier for me, but please slow me down if I'm going too fast. So if I have 3, I have 3 on the abacus. When I have take away 2, I'm going to minus the 2. So my final answer is 1. Now we have 3, we could do again. So we add the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have 3. We take away the 3. Notice I'm not going to start from here. I'm going to start from here. I just need to take away 3 beads. So when we look, I'm going to take away 3 beads. If I have 3, then I'm going to take away all of it. But if I have 4, I'm only going to take away 3 beads. So when you're looking, these are very specific. This is very specific to take away. We're not just taking away we're not taking away this one as number 3. We're taking away this as a 3, as a whole. 1, 2, 3. If that made sense. I'm going to bed. Oh, have a good night, George. Thank you so much for dropping by. I appreciate that. So we have 5. We're going to add the 5. Add the 5, take away the 5. If I have 1, I'm going to add the 5. I get 6. Take away the 5, I have 1. So we have 6. We bring together 5, 6. We bring it together. That is now 7. If I take it away, that is 1. So what we're doing is we're looking and seeing the number pattern. We have 2. If I add 2 on my abacus, if I have 2 on my abacus and I want to add 6, I'm going to add 6, 5, 6, and bring it together. When I want to take away 6, I just do that. I just push it apart. And then I have my answer is 7. 2. I'm sorry, 2. So it's the same thing with the 7. If I have 1 on my abacus and then I have the 7, I'm going to add 7. 5, 6, 7, I'm going to add it together. When I want to take it away, I want to push it apart. If you're looking for this book is available in the shop. In the shop. Oh, I have 4 left. Nice. All right. So what's going to happen is if I have 2, and I need to add the 7. Because I'm adding the 7, do I have enough? Yes, I can add the 7. All I got to do is add the 7. My final answer is 9. Okay, how are we doing? What we're doing is we're just moving the beads. We're understanding how the beads move. When we understand how the beads move, we can start getting into the point where we don't have enough beads. So we have 8, we have 1, we add the 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, we bring it together. We want to take away, we push it apart. We take it away from the horizontal bar. We bring it together to add, we push it apart to minus, right? And that's it. All right. And that's it. So that is about moving the beads. Never, oh yeah, I got the idea of it last time. Thank you. What was the idea, Farrell? Okay, so we have that. Now, what are we going to do? What are we going to do tonight, Pinky? I saw somebody that said that. So, what we're going to do is we're going to look for, oh, here it is, right? Okay, what's going to happen when we don't have enough beads? That's the next thing. What does that mean? Here, let me show you. The next book, the whole abacus. Oh, right, the 3D, you were going to do a 3D printing? Was that you doing a 3D printing? Regrouping. Not quite yet, miracles. We're almost there. So what we're going to do is we're going to do plus the 5. We're going to add the 5. What does that mean? Why? Well, in school, we're teaching the kids how to make a 5. That's not it. We're teaching the kids how to make a 5. But you know what? In abacus, we're going to actually make it better. We're going to, oh, okay, learning it for the first time. Oh, yay. Good. Good. Oh, right. So regrouping, we don't have enough beads. Is yes, regrouping is not enough beads, and I found another thing. Um, okay, so let's first look at it. We have 3. My question is 3, right? I have 3 plus 4. We're not going to memorize our doubles. What we're going to do? How do you turn this into an anime? I love this new channel. How do you just turn this into an anime? That's funny. Okay. So what is it? We're doing 3. We do 3 on the abacus. And guess what? I want to add the 4, but I don't have enough beads to add the 4. Let me replace some of the beads to like some pennies. Maybe that will help. So if I have 3 pennies, 3 on the abacus, I don't have enough beads to add 4. But guess what? I have a nickel. I have 5 cents. This 5 cents is more than enough, but it's too much. So I'm going to give you my 5 cents, but I need change back because I'm only going to give you 4. I need change back. So I'm going to take away the 1. My final answer is 7. I can show you, on the abacus. I can add the 5 and I can take away the 1. And my answer is 7. So what did I just do? I just added when I didn't have enough beads. We can do it again. So what we're doing is we're now grouping. We're kind of grouping what Miracle says. We're kind of grouping. Why? Because we're using this 5. If I have 4 on my abacus, I want to add another 4, but I don't have any more beads. Guess what? I have my nickel. I have my 5 cents. I'm going to give you my 5 cents, but wait a minute. We need change, right? We need change back. So because I gave you 4, I need one left. I need to have change back. So I can show you on my abacus. I have the 1. I have the 5, and then I take away the 1. That's what I did. And so my final answer is 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's different if you had, there's this one person's like, why don't you just use like pencils? I'm like, yeah, you could, but guess what? If I do this, right, and I add my pencils, that means I got to count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. It's different because it's every individual one. Whereas this, we're starting to understand grouping and regrouping, right? It's the beginning parts. And if you notice, it's actually going to be the beginning parts of algebra. So it's interesting because we talk about how it's very difficult for the kids to understand algebra. What? What? What do you mean? So here is the equation. We know this. This is a fact family. This fact family, right, is a 1 and a 4 to make 5. But guess what we're going to do? We're going to isolate the variable. This is what we're going to do. We're going to power it up. When we power it up, what are we going to do? We're going to isolate the variable. That is a math terminology that I'm using. Why? Because it looks very similar, right, to algebra. What? Look, x equals 5 minus 1. But we know our variable, so we don't need to use the x. Don't be scared. We don't need to use the x, but I'm showing you that there's a relationship, right? So what do? We're going to substitute this information into this 4. We can do it again, right? So if I have 2, I have 2 on my abacus. I have 2 on my abacus. Just like that. I have 2 on my abacus. And I want to add the 4. When I add the 4, guess what? I don't have any more beads to add the 4. What happens? I'm going to substitute 4 with the 5 and the 1. I have given directions. Plus the 5, take away the 1. I can show you on the abacus. Add the 5, take away the 1. And my final answer is 6. Yeah, right? The X does help. I do it sometimes and I forget sometimes. So, it's been a while since I did the algebraic formula. But yeah, and that's what we do. So here in this question, right, I show you a diagram. It's 4 plus 4. There's 4 beads here, and I want to add another 4. We're going to substitute plus the 5 minus the 1, and you bring it down. So if you notice, right, you bring it down like this. Guess what? We're going to start seeing this in the next way. Because if you know how to add, you'll know how to subtract. So we have to add plus 5 minus the 1, and then we will subtract. We want to take away the 4 from 8. All we got to do is move it up like that, and that will give me 4. We can do it again. You know why? Because we have a whole fact family. This whole fact family is being taught in school, but what we're going to do is we're going to power it up. What does that mean? Here's the next question. Here, 3. We're going to add 3 to the abacus. Guess what? When I have 3 on the abacus and I want to add another 3, can't do it. But you know what? I have a nickel. I have 5 cents. I can give you my 5 cents, but that's too much. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take away 2. I can show you on the abacus. So I add the 5 and I take away the 2. My final answer is 6. Now, how does that work? Tapping is clapping. Thank you, Miracles. Thank you so much. So we have 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. We isolate the 3. That's what we're going to do. We're going to isolate the variable. This is my variable. We're going to isolate it. And then what happens is we're going to add the 5, take away the 2. And then this is the algebraic formula, right? So we show you, right? If I have 4 on my abacus, I have 4 on my abacus. I want to plus the 3. I don't have enough to add the 3. What do? I'm going to give you my nickel. That's plenty, but that's too much. What do? I need to minus the 2. So what do? I plus the 5 and I take away the 2. And that is my answer. My answer is 7. Jack, how's that going? You all right? Are you still scared? Don't be scared. All right. This is, hey, Tammy, I will be getting on my regular. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. Okay. I see you. I see you. Okay, so that's it. That's it. I guess Jack left. Not a problem. So we're going to continue on with the 3. We can do the 2. Yeah, we're going to do the 2. So if we notice we have 4. We have 4 on the abacus. And then, depending on who else is here, we can move forward to regrouping and grouping. So we have 4 on the abacus and we'll have 2. Because I have 2, there's not enough. I have my 5 cents. I'm going to give you my 5 cents. I'm going to take away the 3. So I'm left with 6. So I can show you on my abacus, plus the 5 and then take away the 3. All right. There's 11 people here. How are we doing? Are we still continuing on with this, or are we going to move forward to grouping and regrouping and how to make it 10? Yeah, because the class is small. I think people here already know how to do this. I don't know who else is here. Move forward. Okay, okay. Oh, Megan, you're still here. Move to the 10. Okay, we're going to go to 10. So we're done with the 5. The 5 is easy. We understand that. So guess what? We have how to make a 10. How to make a 10. Same thing. Really? Yes. Same thing. So if I show you 8 on my abacus, let's do 4. That'll be easy. Let's do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. On my abacus, we do 4. So then we want to add the 8. We want to add the 8. But guess what? I don't have any more beads to add the 8. I already taken up 4. But you know what? I have a dime. I have 10 cents. I'll give you my 10 cents to make up the 8. But guess what? I need some change back. How much do I need to come back? How much change do I give back? How much change do I give back? What's the pair to make a 10 with an 8? 2. Thank you, Tammy. So I'm going to take away 2. So my final answer is 12. I can show you on the abacus. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Kay. Yes, thank you. So I'm going to add the 10 and I take away the 2. My final answer is now 12. It is a different way of thinking. Please, I hope everybody can open their mind. Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you everybody for commenting. Does that make sense? Megan, Kay, I know Tammy knows. Ha! I don't know who else is here. Miracles, I think is still here. Yeah? Are we okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to do it again. We have 9. We have 9 on the abacus. I have 9 on the abacus. I want to add the 8. But see, if you notice, I'm not giving you a new strategy. We're just practicing the same one. If I have 8, I'm going to give you my 10. That's too much, so I'm going to take away the 2. So I'm going to show you on my abacus. I add the 10 and I take away the 2. My final answer is what? 17. Because we did the same thing. What we did is we're powering up. Power up our number addition sentence. We powered it up. I gave you directions on how to move the beads. And why? Because it's different than mainstream math. Mainstream math, you're given a blank screen, and so what? The sky is the limit. But on the abacus, it's a little different because there's a restriction. The restriction is I don't know, I know where my boundaries are. So because I know where my boundaries are, I know what elements I can use to continue on. Again, if you notice, we focus on the add-in. That's what we're doing. We're focusing on the add-in. So if I have 7 on the abacus, right? 7 on the abacus. Guess what? I want to add the 2. I want to add the 8. Cannot add the 8. I can have it with my 10 cents. With my 10 cents, I need to take away the 2 for change. So because I'm taking change away, I can show you on my abacus. I can add the 10 and then take away the 2. My final answer is 15. That's it. We don't need to memorize 8 plus 8 then minus 1. We don't need to do that. What we need to do is understand when I add the 8, can I use a 10? I see it as a checkpoint. Yes. So the blue beads are always 5. Exactly. Blue bead is always 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Thank you, Kay, for the question. Thank you, Megan. Yes, I see it like a checkpoint. Yes, that's a good one. A checkpoint. Yes, that's a good one. Thank you. I appreciate that one. So when we do 5, what's 10? 10 is not this. Why? Because it's 55. 10 is 1 and a 0. 1 and a 0. That's what 10 is. So when we're looking, we add the 1, we add the 10. 1 and a 0. That's what adding the 10. Does the dot? Yes, the dot is a ones indicator, or they call it a units, but it's the 1 indicator, right? And when we look, there's 2 of them, 1 here and 1 here. This one is my thousands because it's grouped. The numbers are grouped. Because the numbers are grouped, this is like a comma, right? It's a label like a comma. However, you could choose this one to be your ones. Then you move everything over to here. So my ones, my tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. But then if I want to do hundreds, I can't. I can't do hundreds, right? Oh, good, Kay. Welcome. Yes, easy, right? Simple to use, easy to understand. But then now, because I chose this one, now I have my ones, my hundred, my tens, my hundreds, my thousands, my 10,000. I have enough digits to get to 10,000, right? Cool. Make sense? Easy. Simple to use, easy to understand. So we did 8. We can do it with 9. 9. We can do it with 9. It's easy with 9, right? So I have 3 on the abacus and I want to add 9, right? What is the pair? We need to make we need to be able to make 100. Oh, okay, yeah. What's the pair for 9? 9 plus something equals to 10. What number is that? That is how that is why I like using. Thank you, Tammy. Yes, 9 plus 1, so my 10, right? I'm going to give you the 10, but that's too much. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take away 1. I can show you on my abacus. I add the 10 and I take away the 1. It's very visual. That is why like using the other dot. Oh, this one? Need to be able to make 100. Yep. Yeah. So when we look, it's the same thing. If I have 2 on my abacus, I want to add 9. I'm going to give you my 10, but I need change back. I'm going to take it away. So now I can show you my abacus. Add the 10, take away the 1. And that is how you make a 10. That's it. How are we doing? Wow. Almost 6,000 likes. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody. How are we doing? We're going to continue on. Well, that's how you make a 10. So after this? Well, now we know that's the secret. The secret to everything about adding and subtracting is understanding how to make a 5 and how to make a 10. That's it. That's the secret. Now what we can do is we can do like more regrouping, which is what we were talking about, which is what Miracles was talking about. We can do more regrouping. The regrouping would be like double digits. I need to end Instagram. That's not working like I want it to. Okay, so how are we doing? Okay, so we can do some regrouping with the tens. I gotta find some. Oh, you know what? I forgot. So let's do a few more numbers, and this will be easy. When we look, right, we have 200. We have 289, 283, 283. And then now in mainstream math, they all talk about how to make friendly numbers. But in abacus, we don't need to worry about that. Why? Because we need to understand if we have enough. Excuse me. So if I have 5, do I have enough to add the 5? So I add the 5. And then what? I add the 1. Do I have the 1? Yep, I add the 1. Do I have another one for add the 1? Yep, I have another 1. Right? So what my answer is what? 794. Yeah. Make sense? So that's what we're going to do. So UZ1 is interested to be here. But you only have 31 followers and you're only following 164 people. So if you have 31 followers, it has 31. And then you have 164. You're following 164 people. So if you're following 164 people, this is 164. Does that make sense? So when we're looking at the abacus, we know that we have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. When we're looking at it, right, we understand what? We understand our place value. And I don't know why you have a picture of a car on your whatever it is. I don't know what a UZ1 is. What's a UZ? User zombie. User zombie! Is that what it is? A user zombie? User zombie is in my house. Why is user zombie in my house? User zombie number 1. So is that like patient number 0? Patient number 1. I don't know. Anyways, so we can do it again. Let's do it again. How are we doing? We can do 26. Now, if you look, we have 20, we have 6. And then we want to add 32. But guess what? We don't have enough beats to add the 30. We don't have enough beats to add the 3. So what's going to happen? We have the 2, right? But guess what? Remember, we have a 5. So we're going to give you my 5 cents, but that's too much because we need to add the 3. We want to take away 2. So my answer, right? I still need to continue, but I can show you on my abacus. I'm going to add the 5 and I'm going to take away the 2. And then I need to add the 2. So this is where I'm adding the 2. I need to add the 2. My final answer is 58. Does that make sense? So what I just did is we understood how to make a 5 and now it is scalable. How's that working? Yep, you all right? UZ1, do you need the bathroom? It's over there down the hall. All right, what are we doing? We're going to continue on. Let's do another one. Let's do a bigger number. So if we have 13,578, right? And what are we going to do? We're going to do 24,311. So we do 2. Is there enough to add the 2? When we're adding the 2, what are we doing? Just like we do in mainstream math, we add the 2. Can we add the 2? Yes. On this column, we're going to add the 2. We add the 4. We can add the 4. How do we add the 4? Notice if I have 3 on my abacus, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to utilize the 5. I'm going to utilize my 5. So I'm going to give you 5 because why? I have 4. I got to take away the 1. I'm going to show you on my abacus. So I add the 5 and I take away the 1. And then I'm going to add the 3 and then I'm going to add the 1 and then I add another 1. And then my final answer is what? 37,889. Thank you. Thank you, Anthropology. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you in my next live. Hopefully, it worked out for you. Have a good night. Cool. So how are we doing? So what did I just show you? I showed you how now it becomes scalable. Because we know how to put our jacket on and we know how to take our jacket off. Yeah, I learned a ton and I understand it now, right? Simple to use, easy to understand. While I troll a troll. Oh, I guess Yuzi left. Okay, anyways. So what did we do? How do you know when to use the 5? Oh, Lady J. How do I know? I go through this path. There's a workflow. The workflow is this. That's a good question. Here's the workflow. So in the workflow, let's see if I can make it a little bit more. There we go. Right? For the workflow, let's say this one. We have 7 plus 4. On my abacus, I add the 7, right? And then what do? I want to add the 4. To add the 4, what do? Can I add the 4? These are questions you need to ask. Can I add the 4? Yes or no? No, I cannot add the 4. So what do? Can I add another 5? No, I cannot add another 5. Then I know to go here. The only time you go here is because you cannot do a plus 5. So now I know I'm going to plus the 10 and then minus the 6. So my final answer is 11. Does that make sense? So this one is specifically in the back of this book. It's a laminated physical book and it is erasable. But yeah, this is what I call the abacus framework, and this is what I go through. Every number I go through this concept. I go through this workflow. Do I have enough? If not, how do I do it? You do it until you can't do it anymore, if that makes sense. Right? So we can do it again with subtraction. Subtraction is 17 minus 4. 17, take away 4. Is there enough to take away 4? No, I cannot take away the 4. So I gotta come down here. Can I take away the 5? Yes, I can take away the 5. So all I got to do is minus the 5 plus the 1. My final answer is 13. Yeah, did that make sense? Yeah, frameworks is excellent to go through checkpoints in the process. That's next. Yes, exactly. And the interesting thing about it is that abacus is very, very structured. Abacus makes math structured, and now you can actually see number patterns, right? So just as I said before, Lady J, if you remember, we have, right, our adding simple. Can you add it? Yes, we can add it. These are all this. Then the next phase is what I did was we added the 5. These are all the things to add the 5. And then what? This is all about adding the 10. This right here is what we're going to go next is called two-step equations. So, Lady J, if you want to take a picture of this, go right ahead. This one's subtraction. If you want addition, it works exactly the same, just different. It's just a reverse operation. That's all. So, yeah, but it is available. This book is also available in my TikTok shop, and it is laminated and it's dry erase. You can use a dry erase marker, and it's bounded too. I made sure that's bounded. And it's got labels, and I love it. I got labels, right? And this is the way it's labeled. It's like you add the 5. It's the adding of the 5 if you want to add the 1. If you're looking for the 10, it's a 10 and it's a plus 9. This one is made out of this is made out of post-it notes, but it's actually printed. This is just a prototype that I was working on. So I'm working on my prototype, but it works exactly the same, right? And then towards the back, if you notice, if you're looking for the 4, right? If I add the 4, if you go to the back side, it's take away the 4, right? If you need the 3 or you want to minus the 3, it's on the back side of that. So that was the orientation of the organization of the formulas, and that's what it is. Everything under the sun you can add. And then what I did is I also added in the front is commutative property. It's a little bit kind of like commutative property where we can take the number and we can reverse it, right? So if I want to add the 5, if I want to minus the 4, I can either minus the 5 plus the 1, or I can plus the 1 minus the 5. This works very nice when we start doing more digits like the 10. Sometimes we do plus the 10 minus the 1, or we do minus the 10 plus the 1, depending on the numbers. But this is where we start becoming more flexible with our numbers. There's a number sense, and we become understanding how to move our numbers, right? How are we doing? Thank you, X Files. Thank you for the follow. So this one, I mean, the Eurocentric definition is the addition states, and I know that it's not really addition states, but it's kind of like it. But I used it because it makes sense. We can use it in abacus world. Abacus world, we don't really call it commutative property. We just have our own. We don't even call it anything. We just call it plus 10. That's interesting. Can I do another? Yes, yes, yes. Sorry. I got sidetracked. Okay, so we're going to continue on doing a two-step equation. The two-step equation is very interesting. So with a two-step equation, what are we going to do? Well, I need to show you, I need to get some papers, right? With a two-step equation, oh, that didn't work out. What does that mean? What we need to do is we need to combine the 5 and a 10. One of them is a two-step equation like 7 plus 7. If we do 7 plus 7, right? That's easy. Let me come down a little bit. So what's going to happen is I add 7 on the abacus. But this is where it gets a little interesting. Why? Because I want to add another 7. To add another 7, what do? I know I need to plus the 7. Plus the 7 is plus the 10 minus the 3. So I'm going to plus the 7 is equal to plus the 10 minus 3. What does 10 look like? 10 is a 1 and a 0. 1, 0. Add the 1 and have my 0. Then I have to minus the 3. Guess what? I cannot minus the 3. So what do? I need to check. I need to check to see, because I have no more beads to add to minus the 3. That's where it comes in. Do I have any beads to minus the 3? No, I don't. So what can I do? Can I take away the 5? Minus the 5 is equal to, minus the 3 is what? Minus the 5 plus the 2. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this. I'm going to substitute minus 3 is equal to what? Minus the 5 plus the 2. Can't see that. So I take this information and I put it into here. I gave you directions how to minus the 5 plus the 2. So my final answer is 14. Hello, Cody! How does this work? Oh, I'm sorry. So the first thing we need to do is understand how to read the abacus. So let's do a little review for 1918 James. So what we're going to do is we're going to review. So let's review 1, 2, 3, 4. Every time the beads are touching this horizontal bar, this is what's being counted. Then we have 5. The top bead will always be 5. We have 5, we have 6, we have 7, we have 8, and then we have 9. Does that make sense, James? When we look, right, we have our place value. We can do our ones, right? We have our ones, and then we have our tens. So that's what 10 would look like. 1 and a 0. Exactly how we read it is exactly how we write it. So your name is 918. So on my abacus, I could do 918. Does that make sense? So now we have hundreds, tens, and ones. Every column is a place value. Does that make sense? Yeah? James, still talking to you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, X Files. Yeah, I use it when I start counting, and I usually, when people come in and out, um, yeah, I don't use it very often, but when I need to, that's when I start counting. So what we just did is we just did a little review, right? So what happens is now, if you notice, you might be wondering, why am I here? There is an indicator. This is my ones indicator. This ones indicator will tell me my place value. So this is my ones, and then this is my thousands. If I choose this one, then I move everything over and I'm over here. Now I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. I remember watching the live earlier, and that helps a lot. Oh yeah, hey X File. Good. I'm happy. Yep. I just haven't figured out how to make it into a product yet. Ah, yeah. Okay, what are we doing? So, so if you notice, that's why I chose this one over here. Because I chose this one over here, I will move everything over, and it'll be my ones, my tens, my hundreds, my thousands, and my 10,000. That's what I'm doing. Make sense? So what we're doing is the place value. Thank you guys so much for the hearts. Let me know if you have any more questions. But that's what it is. And then the people would be like, well, when we add. So you notice when we're adding, right? And I did a little bit here. This is what we call a two-step equation. The first thing we understood is how to make a 5, and then we have to learn how to make a 10, and then we combine them together. Hello, Ethan. Welcome back. Thank you, Jedi, for the follow. Jedi America. Ah, that's funny. All right. So what are we doing? What we're going to do is we're going to continue on understanding how to do two steps, if that makes sense. Hey, cool kid. Welcome back. Thank you for the follow. So what we're going to do is understand this is a two-step. Why is it a two-step? Because we took the information of adding a 5, right? Oh yeah, there it is. We took the information of adding a 5, and then we also took the information of adding a 10, and we put it together like Tetris. And so because we were Tetrising everything, I got to find a little sound bit that talks about Tetrising, and that will help um, my two-step equation stuff. So let's do another one. One of my parents was like, well, isn't it the same when we do uh, 8 plus 5 and 5 plus 8. And I'm like, yeah, no. Why? Because it's always about the add-in. The add-in is what makes the difference, right? So when we have our abacus, I want to add the 5. When we add the 5, I have 8 on my abacus, I want to add the 5. Remember how to add the 5? Adding of the 5 is what? Plus the 5 is equal to plus the 10 minus the 5. That's what we're going to do. So when we look, we're going to plus the 10 minus the 5. My final answer is 13. Not a problem, not a problem. It gets a little hairy when we start looking at the 8, right? So the 8 is what are we going to do? If we have 5 on our abacus. We want to add the 8. We cannot add the 8. So what are we going to do? Adding the 8 is equal to plus the 10 minus the 2. So we're going to add the 10. But guess what? We cannot take away the 2. If we cannot take away the 2, we're all doing nothing. No, 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 no. Because we cannot add the 2, guess what? We're going to substitute it. We're going to go and we're going to take away the 5. So we know we can take away the 5. Minus the 2 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 3. So we're going to minus the 5 and we're going to plus the 3. So my final answer is 13. Divorce the result, marry the process. We want to understand that it's this thing that makes the difference, right? It's the second number that makes the difference. Either you're adding or subtracting the second number. That's what makes the difference between whether you're going to be doing a two-step or a one-step, right? It doesn't matter. Everything under the sun, that's what matters, is what are we trying to do? Now, it's easy when it's two numbers like this, but when it gets to be more numbers, then it becomes more it becomes more interesting. But the first thing we're going to do is understand how to put our jacket on, and then we need to remember how to take our jacket off. Put our jacket on, take our jacket off. This is the jacket on and jacket off. It's like not tying your shoes. Is tying your shoes a thing? No, because we don't need to tie our shoes anymore. All my shoes have no laces. No, I guess it'd be more like put the jacket on, take the jacket off. Or the other one was wax on and wax off. Paint the fence up and paint the fence. So that was a Karate Kid analogy. The first one with the wax on and wax off, that was the first Karate Kid. Take the jacket on, put the jacket off. That was the second Karate Kid. All right. So what are we doing? We understand how to make a 10, and we understood how to Tetris our way through to make a 5. We can do more. We can do more. Let me see. Do we want to do... What are we doing? We could do this number. Okay. We can do 61 plus 49. Whoa. We can do that. Yeah, not a problem, Tammy. So 61 on the abacus. So we do 60, we do 1, right? And then what are we going to do? We're going to add the 4. Do you remember how okay, what do you want to do first? The 9 or the 4? Which one do we want to do? The 9 or the 4? Which one are we going to do first? We'll do the 4 first. Okay, let's do the 4. When we add the 4, what are we going to do? We don't have enough beads to add the 4. We know plus the 4 is equal to what? Plus the 10 minus the 6. So I'm going to plus the 10, take away the 6. And then what? I'm going to plus the 9. Again, I cannot plus the 9, right? Oops, that's the wrong one. I cannot plus the 9. I'm going to plus the 9 is what? Plus the 9 is equal to plus the 10 minus 1. Plus the 10 minus the 1, right? Now guess what? We can do it again. But in mainstream math, how do we do it? We do 0 and 1. But notice we carry the 1. That's what we did. We carried the 1. So if I have 61, right, I want to add the 9. I carry the 1. I carry the 10. But guess what? This is actually like this. So we plus the 10, plus the 10, take away the 1. And then what are we going to do? Then we take away the 4. Then we have to add the 4. When we add the 4, what is it? We have, we already added the 4 in abacus, right? In mainstream math, we have to write it out. But then what happens? We have the 4. We want to add the 4 to our 7. So plus the 4 is what? Plus the 10 minus the 6. Plus the 10 minus the 6. What? Oh, I did something wrong. My answer is 110. Sorry. So we just did that again. So we 61, 61. I add the 4 plus the 10 minus the 6. Oh, yeah. Then I plus the 9 plus the 10 minus the 1. So my answer is 110. I'm sorry. I don't know if I confused anybody. I can do it again. Or we try another one. How's that going? We want to do it again? Let's do it again. So one way is adding the 4 first, right? Let me cross that out. 61. I want to add the 4. I'm going to plus the 10 minus the 6. Plus the 10, right? 1, 0, and then take away the 6. Then I need to add the 9. To add the 9 is what? Plus the 10 minus the 1. So I'm going to plus the 10, and I take away the 1. So my final answer is 110. If I do it the other way, right? If I do the other way, which is 61, still same thing, right? To add the 9 is what? Plus the 10 minus the 1. And then what am I going to do? I'm going to take away the 4. Take away the 4 is what? Plus the 10 minus the 6. So it doesn't matter which way you go. You just need to track your numbers. Plus the 10 minus the 6. My final answer is 110. There we go. That sounds better. I apologize for anybody confused. We can do another one. Let's do another one. Let's see. We can do, okay, let's do this one. 75 plus 35. 75 plus 35, right? Which one do we want to do first? The 3 or the 5? Which one do we want to do first? The 3 or the 5? Do the 5 first. Okay, so do the 5 first, right? When we do the 5, what's our abacus? What is our formula? This is where formula happens, right? So the formula for adding the 5 is right here. Plus the 5. Plus the 5 is equal to plus the 10 minus 5. So I plus the 10, 1, 0, plus the 10, and then I need to take away the 5. So I take away the 5. What's next? Now I have to add the 3. I don't have enough beads to add the 3. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't have any more beads to add the 3 because I only have 1 left. So remember, to plus the 3 is what? Plus 3 is equal to plus the 10, right? Now become position agnostic. Plus the 10, 1, 0. 1, 0. Plus the 10, and then take away the 7. So I take away the 7. Oh, look, my number is 110 again. We can do it the other way. So if I have 75, I'm going to plus the 3. I'm sorry, going to plus the 3. Plus the 3 is what? Plus the 10 minus the 7, right? And now I'm at the 5. To add the 5, what do? Plus the 5 is plus the 10 minus the 5. So I'm going to plus the 10 and then minus the 5. And my final answer is 110 again. And then you'll start seeing that there's a pattern. Let me move some stuff and clean up. So, how are we doing? Does that make sense, Megan? Right? So it's different with mainstream math because mainstream math we have all these other ways to doing things. Where was the it was a number bond. It was crazy. Let's do another one. Let me show you what the number bond is. This one was nuts. I'm like, what? So here's the question that I found. They did 14 plus 68. And so what do they do in mainstream math? They break it up, right? 10 and 4. And then this one is 60 and 8. And then they have to combine the tens and then they combine the ones. And then that's it. But in abacus, we can do it too, right? In abacus, I have 14. I add 4 and I have 1. I want to add the 6 and then I add the 9, right? What do? I add my 6. There's enough? Yes. Add the 6 on my tens. And then I need to add the 8. Well, how do I add the 8? We know how to add the 8. What is the formula to add the 8? Plus the 10 minus the 2. So I plus the 10 and I take away the 2. So my final answer is 82. So it's different. Why is it different? Because in mainstream math, they write everything out. And so this is still very abstract. Whereas in abacus, it's very visual. You know where our numbers are going to be. That's why we have every column is a place value. So every column is a place value. We know what's being tracked. If I have 82, right? When I wanted to have my number, I have 14, 1 and 4. I'm going to add 60, right? I'm not going to add 60. I'm going to add 6, right? Every column is a number. I'm going to add 6. So I don't need to confuse myself to be like 60. I already know I'll be here. So I'm going to add my 6 and then I'm going to add my 8. So when I add my 8, I plus the 10, take away the 2. So my final answer is 82. Yeah. We can do another one. So here's another one. We can do 43 on the abacus. And then guess what? If we do 9 first, right? We can do, it doesn't matter which way. You just got to be comfortable with one way or both ways. It doesn't matter. So we have to minus the 10 plus the 1. Minus the 10, minus the 10, minus the 1 plus the 10. Minus the 1 plus the 10. Guess what? I cannot add the 10. 1, 0. I cannot add the 10. What do? I need to plus the 1. Plus the 1 is what? Plus the 5 minus the 4. Plus the 5 minus the 4. And then what? I need to add the 2. Can I add the 2? Yes. Add the 2. So my final answer is 72. Let's do it the other way. If I did it this way, 4, 43. If I do 2 first, what do? 2 plus the 5 minus the 3. And then I add my 9, plus the 10 minus the 1. And my answer is 72. Does that make sense? Run BTS. Good, good. Everybody's so quiet. I don't know what's going on. That's okay. So, and then we can do it again with 3 digits. We can do 3 digits. This one was an example that I was working on. And so even with the 3 digits, it's still the same thing. We just go one number at a time. So we have 168. And then I need to add 489. 489. I add my 4. Let's start with here. I add my 4. To add the 4, what do? Plus the 5 minus the 1. Plus the 5 minus the 1. And then I'm going to do plus the 8. To plus the 8 is what? Plus the 10 minus the 2. So I plus the 10 and I take away the 2. And then I have to plus the 9. Plus the 9 is what? Plus the 9 is what? Plus the 10, take away the 1. My answer is 667. No? Is that right? Let's see. 1, 6. 8. Add the 5 and then the 8. Add the 8 plus the 10 minus the, oh, I see, minus the 2. Cannot minus the 2. Minus the 2 is what? Minus the 2 is what? Minus the 5 plus the 3. Minus the 5 plus the 3. And then I have to plus the 10. But plus the 9. Plus the 9 is what? Plus the 9 is plus the 10 minus the 1 plus the 10. Can't plus the 10. What do I do? Plus the 5 minus the 4. And then minus the 1. Yep. 657. That's it. Just go back lots of piles of rocks. This is too much. You had it one. Sorry, I just helped me learn. You had 178 the first time and it helped me learn. Was it? I don't remember. I'm sorry. Was that it? What it was? Oh, oops. Oh, that was probably what it was. Thank you, Laura. So, angry little cinnamon roll. Wow, you have 175 followers? Bad influence R. I don't know what that means. All right, sorry. So this is when we do 3 digits, right? Again, this is like, this was going one way and then we can go the other way. So this one was going right to left. And so when we look, it's the same way, just you got to be flexible, right? So when we're looking, we have 489. If we have 489, we want to add the 9. When we add the 9, what are we doing? Plus the 9 is what? Plus the 10 minus the 1. Plus the 10 minus the 1. And then we do 8. When we do 8, it's plus the 10 minus the 2. So we're going to plus the 10 minus the 2. And then we do the 4. To do the 4, it's what? Plus the 5 minus the 1. Plus the 5 minus the 1. Yeah. Thank you, Laura. Whoa. Okay. Okay. So I think people are coming in and out. I don't know who else is here, but we can do a review if that's okay. Let me know. You know what? Let's do a review. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Every time the beads are touching this horizontal bar, this is what's being counted. So this is 4. And then we have 5. 5 is the top bead. We have 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have 10. 10 and 0. So that's when we start talking about our place values. We have our tens, ones, tens, hundred, thousands, 10,000. And we have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15. Then we have 16, 17, 18, 19. And then after 19, we have 20. That's it. Hello, Ashley. Thank you for the follow. Does that make sense? So let me know if you have any questions about abacus. And so what we're doing is we're just learning how to, never mind, I see it. You see it? What do you see? What was the question? I didn't see the question. If that made sense, right? So sometimes we have to go back to understanding how to read the abacus. So when we're looking, right, this is 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. And then this is 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. And then we have 6, right? 6, these are all 6s. And then this is 7. So this is all 7s. And then we have 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. And then 9, 9. That's what 9 looks like. So it's 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. That's it. Thanks for everybody joining. You have any questions? So this abacus is available in my shop. Oh, where is it? Yep, it's available at my shop. And then I have, thank you, Beans. Whew. Did you just come in? Did you just arrive? We can review, and then after review, oh, you know what we can do? Let's do another one. Let's see. Let's see how we do of this. What is this? This is my maze. And so what we can do is we can start looking at the maze and see what number we have. So I have my tens and my ones. when I have my tens and my ones, what number do you think that is? Let me see if I can find a pen. There we go. Here we go. Sorry. Moving. So let's do our tens and our ones. This is my tens. So if this is 5, 6, 7, and then this is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What number do we think that is? 20? Almost. This is actually 74. 29 looks like this. 20, 1, 2, and then 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, Tammy, I'll see you later. Thanks for stopping by. So that's what 29 looks like. 20, 1, 2, and then 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is actually 70, 5, 6, 7, and 4. So it's all about the positioning of the beads. So we have 5, 6, 7, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, easy, right? So then it takes us, so we find the path, that's 74, and we have to go up to here. So now this number, what number do we think this is? So if my tens and now my ones, excuse me, my tens and my ones, what number do we think that is? Thank you, Bean, for commenting. I think you're the only one in the room. So what do we have? 53. Almost. 53 looks like this. 5 and 3. Thank you, Jared. So 53 looks like that. Jared said 98. Thank you, Jared. That is exactly right. 90. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. So my answer takes me to here, and my answer is, what number do we think this is? So if I have my tens and I have my ones, I have 1, 2, 3, and then I have 5, 6, 7. What number do we think that is? Oh, excuse me. What number do we think that is? 37. Thank you, Aline. Yes, 37. We have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Thank you so much. Hey, Zone of Friendship, welcome back. It's been a little bit. So here I have my next number. I have my tens and my ones. My tens and my ones. What number do we think that is? 71. Thank you, Jared. Yes, thank you. That is 71. So 71 is my answer. It'll take me to here, over here. So what is this answer? I have my tens and my ones. My tens and my ones. That one's easy because it's the same number. Excuse me. All right. I think once we're done with this, I am going to sign off. Thank you, Beans. Yes, right? Easy. So it's 55. You're right. So when we have it, we have our tens and we have our ones, right? So we have our tens and we have our ones. What number do we think this is? Yes, yes, Beans. Thank you. You're correct. 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. That's there it is. Oh, actually, it's not 40. It's not 4,500 because this is my ones place. When you look, I have my ones indicator right here. So this is where I start with my ones. So my ones, my tens, my hundreds, my thousands, and my 10,000. Right? Yeah, right. It takes a little bit. It just takes a little bit of understanding, and then we can keep going. So we have 45. So I have my tens and my ones. 45 takes me to here. Thanks again. I'm coming back for more. I want to get back to into negative numbers. We don't do negative numbers on the abacus, Megan, because you can't take more than what the object is, if that makes sense. So you can't take away 9 pens. You can't take away 9 pens from 2. You can't do it. Okay, so we have our tens and our ones. We have our tens and our ones. So what number do we think that is? If I look at my tens, how many beads is here? Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Erlis. 35. Does that make sense, Julian? We have 30. 1, 2, 3, and then 5. Thank you, Julian. The top bead is always 5, no matter what. So 35 takes me down to this box over here. So then we have our number. We have our tens, which is nothing, and then we have our ones, which is 1, 2, 3, right? Easy, simple to use, easy to understand. 3, right? Easy, so easy. You're right. I forgot how far we got and what I'm at minus the 4. Oh, right. Minus the 4. Oh, yeah. Taking away the 5 and taking away the 10. That's a good one. Yep. I understand now. I understand. Yep. The subtraction. Yep. So we have our hundreds. I'm sorry. We have our tens. This is our tens. And then this is our ones. So if I look on my abacus, I have my tens and then I have my ones. So what number do we think this is? We have my tens. There's 2 here, right? And then there's the top bead. The top bead is a value of 5. So when we're looking, what number do we think this is? 25. Yes, thank you, Julian. 25. It exactly is 25. And then it takes me to here. So then my next number is what? If I have my tens, this is my tens, and this is my ones. My tens and my ones. What number do we think that is? 34. See, Julian, that's fast. 34 takes me to here. That's what 34 looks like, right? And then what? It takes me to this number over here. Now, if you're looking for this book, I have sold out, but it is available over here. Over here. Oops. Over here. There it is. My name is Lynette. Thank you for joining me. I've been teaching abacus for 10 years. No, not 10 years, 20 years. I just now started publishing some books all about abacus. So my tens and my ones. I'm trying to be more interactive. 67, right? 67? Jeff the Land Shark. That's a crazy username. Thank you. So then my final answer, my final question is this. This one is easy, right? What number do we think that is? So I'm trying to build out some more books and I'm publishing a bunch of other books. This is a book that is available in the other place. So if I have my ones and then I have my tens, what number? Thank you, Alex Niter. Thank you, Julian. Yep, it's 9. That's it. And that's it. We just finished the maze. And that's what we did. And what is this? What we're doing is we're doing some bead recognition. We're trying to understand what the beads look like on the abacus. Once you understand how to read the beads, then you can go into adding and subtracting. But as that happens, I do believe I am going to sign off because I've been on for a little bit. Thank you everybody for joining. I do appreciate everybody for joining and commenting and being part of my live. Let me know if you have any specific questions about the abacus. If not, I will see you all in my next live and we'll talk more about abacus. What you can do with an abacus is there's a few things. You can add, subtract, multiply, and divide. We can do all of that. But for right now, I am going to sign off. Thank you, Julian, for participating. I hope it was okay for you. And Alex. Thank you so much, Alex, for joining. And yes, thank you so much for liking the live. If you're interested in the books, I do have books in my TikTok shop. I also do have the abacus available. I have the 13 column abacus and I have the 7 column abacus. If you have any specific questions about the books or the abacus, I can answer them now, or I will just sign off. But thank you again for joining, and I do appreciate it. I don't know if Miracles is still around, but I am going to head out. Thank you again. Okay, great. You know what? These ones are good. I'm going to have to like save them. All right. Thank you again. Have a good night. Bye, everybody.